Alright YouTube, this is DZ of Philly, back with another video. We're live again from the Optima, and today I'm going to show you guys Apple CarPlay and Android Auto on the Pioneer 4100 NEX. So without further ado, we're going to do Android Auto first using the Galaxy Note 5, okay, and then we're going to use iPhone 6s, my daughter's phone. Let's start with turning the unit on. Okay. Okay, we're going to select USB 1. Android Auto is USB. No, I'm sorry. No. Android Auto is not USB 1. It's USB 2. So USB 2 is going to always be Android Auto, and USB 1 is going to be for Apple CarPlay. Or for iPhone, or you can use your flash drive, or you could do vice versa. But I know that USB 2 is for Android Auto. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to start Android Auto. Hopefully it starts. Okay. We're going to hit that. There we go. So we're going to hit the main key and we're going to launch Android Auto. And what you'll see when you start Android Auto, when you got your Android device plugged in, you're going to get a few cards on the home screen for Android Auto. Laid out a little bit differently than the Apple CarPlay screen. So this is the town that I live in. I live in Darby, Pennsylvania, right outside of Philadelphia. I'm from Philly, that's why I call myself DZ of Philly, but I actually reside in Darby right now. It'll show you some interesting Google mapping information, maybe a couple of places that you may have been, or you may not have been there. You just may have plugged in this destination in Google Maps and hit the navigate button, and any place that you basically gotten directions from, it'll show you the last couple of places you got directions from. It'll show you, it could possibly show you the weather. If you got a text message, it would show you that. It won't show you the text, but it would just show you got a message from whoever, so you would hit the button and then the message would play out aloud and give you a chance to respond. So this is the main screen. So right now my car is parked right out behind my house, so I am on, my phone is on Wi-Fi. It's charging because it's plugged in. That's the current time. Here's the mic button to open the mic. You can also do that from the wheel. Okay, as long as you're ready, your stereo is wired up with the like the pack steering wheel control interface. You're good to go on that. Here's the hotkeys, I like to call them. This one is the one that returns you to the manufacturer's interface. So if you got a car with it built in, it will have a button similar to this. If it's a Honda, it would say Honda, you know, return to Honda, whatever. And I'll show you each key. This is the music key. It'll show you all your different music services that you have via apps. This is the home button that will bring you back here from within the interface. This is phone, and this is, of course, Google Maps. So let's start with Google Maps, and let's see how that looks. We hit the Google Maps. It's pretty quick. So it'll show you right here. This is definitely where we are. Okay, cool, got that. And you hit this, you hit the Google Maps, and it will show you recent places. I'm not going to bring that up, but categories, traffic, you know, blah blah blah. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to go to phone, and it will show you, you know, different people that you've called. The last person you've called or call you will be on this top box, separated from all your favorites will come underneath. And you can hit that. You can go voicemail. Dial a number. You can call it. You can dial a number directly. I can show you that. That's not a problem. I just don't want to put anybody's number on blast. That's all. So that's that. So it would. So we'll go to. We'll go back to the home screen, and then you hit that hotkey right there, and bam, you're right back at your home screen. Okay. This is good for if you want to navigate back to a place real quick. Here's the music selection keys. Now, if you got more than one music service on here, you hit that button again, and these are your choices. Well, these are my choices. Amazon Music, Google Play Music, and Jet Radio. I tend to use Jet Radio because it has a little bit more flexibility than these two, but I use all three. Hit that, and you just hit that to play a song. A little bit of Yo Gotti. Alright, we'll go ahead and pause that. And hit this little menu. Okay, to give you some choices on what you can do there. Okay, and this one will bring up, you know, random repeat, and you gotta bring you back. This is the button I was talking about. So this will take you back to the stereo's interface, the actual stereo. So we can return to Pioneer. We're out of Android Auto. Android Auto is still running, but this is the the Pioneer's interface. So we're right back here. Okay, you want to go back to Android Auto? Not a problem. Hit the main button here. It's going to bring up the AV screen where you make all your selections, and you just hit Android Auto, and it'll bring you right back to Android Auto. Android Auto is fast. The thing to know about Android Auto and Apple CarPlay is that they're both based on the processing speed of the phone, not the actual head unit. All this does is mirror the phone. It's just a monitor. That's all it is. It has nothing to do with the operation of Android Auto or Apple CarPlay. Okay? So now that we demoed Android Auto, let's take a look at the voice button real quick. I'm trying to think of what we can do here. Alright, I'll tell you what, let's do that. Let's go, alright. Zesty's Pizza.
Showing results for Zesty's Pizza.
So, bam, there you go. Alright. It'll give you the stars. It'll tell you when it's open till, and then you can just hit the button to navigate. It'll take you right there. So that's beautiful when you're in traffic and you can't plug anything in. You're driving, you know, you're on the expressway. You don't have time to sit there with your built-in nav and, you know, plug everything in because you're rolling. And a lot of the factory navigation units, they lock you out when the car is rolling anyway. So that's great that you can just speak. And I really understand Google Plus is really good with understanding you naturally speaking to it. So very good. So we'll close that. And now that we got that out of the way, let's switch over. So to switch over, okay, this is what I do, because you can't have them both plugged in at the same time. Okay, so we're going to unplug the Note 5. Okay, and we're going to come over to USB 2, which I use, USB 1, which I use for a flash drive, 32 gig flash drive for my music. Okay, because I use Android, I don't use Apple CarPlay, but I'm going to show you this. So we're just going to unplug that. Okay, and we're going to grab the USB cable for the iPhone. I'm going to set the camera down, guys. I apologize for the videos. I'm just starting off. This is video number 2. We will get better as we get, you know, some likes and some thumbs up, I guess. We get better, get some equipment. Maybe get one of them GoPros with the little fancy mounts. Till then, this is just my honest review. So we got the iPhone plugged in. A couple of things we got to do here, being though this is a 4100, not a 4200. We have to go in, okay, and we got to go to input output settings, okay, and we got to go to smartphone setup, okay, and it's set for Android Auto. See the Android Auto icon? We're going to go up and we're going to hit iPhone, iPod, okay, and we're going to just say yeah, and it's going to switch over, okay, you see it switch over to Apple CarPlay, bam. So now we're going to come over to the iPhone and we're going to unlock it. Okay, so we unlocked it, and it's going to, you know, Apple, the iPhone is going to ask for permission to, you know, we're going to grant the permission. So bam. Now, as you look, we are running Apple CarPlay. Okay, this unit does both. Great, awesome. There are a few units out there that does Apple CarPlay only, but those are few and far between. So let's take a look at, and I'm not really familiar with CarPlay. I'm just doing this as a demo for you guys. But let's take a look at it. It's, don't look too complicated. So you got your call. Okay.
Call who?
It doesn't show you the history like. It doesn't really show you the. Maybe it do. I'm not going to really put anybody contact on blast, so I'm not going to dive too deep in that. I'll show you the keypad. Okay. And I guess we'll go back to the main screen here. Music. We hit the music. I like the way it's laid out, very, you know, just like the icons on the actual phone. which is pretty cool. We're going to hit this button here. Apple Maps, let's take a look at that. For some reason, Apple Maps won't stay open. I'm going to hit it from the phone and see what happens. I don't know. I don't know why it won't stay open. Maybe there might be a memory problem with the phone. I think my daughter said it was full. She got a 16 gig. I want to upgrade her for her birthday to a 64. It was her first iPhone. I figured the 16 would be enough. I guess I was wrong. Alright. Messages, I'm not going to... I don't know. Let me move the camera up. I just want to see what's in there first.
Would you like to hear your unread messages
or
create a new one?
Okay, that's pretty cool. Nope. Okay, so we'll go ahead and get out of there. What's playing?
Captain, incoming message.
Okay, I guess that's if you was playing something. Now, this is the button that was on CarPlay, on Android Auto, but it was a hotkey all the way over to the right. The little hotkey that was here on Apple CarPlay, it's this NEX. So this button will return you to the Pioneer NEX. That's the manufacturer's interface. So, to go back, we just hit this key. And we see the icon, for some reason. Okay, so allow Apple CarPlay. Okay, cool. So we just brought it back, not a problem. When we left, it prompted me to reset it. I don't know what. Let's do that again. Let's see what happens when we do that again. Okay, so we're back. Apple CarPlay icon. Looks good. We're here. We want to go back to Apple CarPlay. Hit the Apple CarPlay. Bam, we're back. Podcasts, if you have podcasts, audiobooks. And I guess if you had more apps that was relevant to CarPlay, you could swipe across. But she doesn't because she's 13. And all they really want is Instagram and Snapchat. But, so yeah, that's the demonstration of Apple CarPlay and Android Auto on the Pioneer 4100 NEX. It's very capable, just as capable as the 4200 NEX, but at I think you can get it cheaper now, and it runs CarPlay and Android Auto just fine. So again, guys, thanks a lot. Please give me thumbs ups, likes, whatever. I just want to keep making videos. I'm just starting, so I apologize for the angles. I do want to get into making more videos for you guys. I want to make different videos about car equipment. I want to eventually get into some unboxings, some reviews, general discussion. I kind of got a little passion for this. I really want to do it. So thanks a lot. I appreciate you watching this video, and stay tuned because I'm going to do another video in a little bit. Have a great day, guys.